Imagine the battlefield of Kurukshetra, the earth trembling under the weight of warriors, their swords clashing, and the air heavy with cries of war. It is the 10th day of this catastrophic battle. Grandfather Bhishma, undefeated and indomitable, stands like a colossus in the midst of chaos. Yet, on this very day, destiny takes a dramatic turn. From the Pandava side emerges Shikhandi, a warrior whose mere presence forces the great Bhishma to lower his weapons. Recognizing Shikhandi as a reincarnation of Amba, a woman he had wronged in the past, Bhishma chooses to adhere to his principles rather than fight. Taking advantage of this moment, the Pandavas unleash a torrent of arrows, bringing the mighty Bhishma down from his chariot. Pierced by countless arrows, he lies on a bed of pain for 58 agonizing days, awaiting death. But what if none of this had ever happened? What if Shikhandi had never been born? What if Amba had never sought vengeance? And here's the biggest question of all. What if Bhishma had broken his vow and married Amba? Would the Mahabharata, as we know it, still exist? Or would history have taken a completely different course? Bhishma's vow was no ordinary promise. It was a monumental sacrifice that reshaped the fate of an entire dynasty. By choosing to remain a celibate for life, he ensured that his father's second wife, Satyavati, and her lineage could ascend the throne of Hastinapura. This vow, made out of duty and selflessness, earned him the title Bhishma, symbolizing someone who undertakes a terrible vow and stands unwaveringly by it. Yet, this very vow would become the cornerstone of the Mahabharata's tragedy. The story takes a pivotal turn when Bhishma abducts the three princesses of Kashi, Amba, Ambika, and Ambalika from their Swayamvara. His intention? To secure brides for his half-brother Vichitravirya, the king of Hastinapur. But among them, Amba reveals that she is in love with King Salva and cannot marry Vichitravirya. Bhishma, bound by his honor, sends her back to Salva. However, Salva rejects her, saying she is no longer worthy of him because another man had claimed her first. Heartbroken, humiliated, and betrayed, Amba turns to Bhishma, pleading with him to marry her since he had abducted her. But Bhishma, chained by his vow of celibacy, refuses. Amba, consumed by rage and despair, vows to be the cause of Bhishma's downfall. Her quest for justice takes her to Lord Parashurama and ultimately to Lord Shiva, who grants her the boon of being reborn as the instrument of Bhishma's death. Thus, she is reincarnated as Shikhandi, whose presence on the battlefield ensures Bhishma's defeat. But now, let us imagine a different reality. A reality where Bhishma chooses to break his vow and marries Amba. How would this single decision have altered the course of history? First, Shikhandi would never have been born. Without Shikhandi, Bhishma would have remained undefeated on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. His immense prowess might have tilted the war in favor of the Kauravas, altering the destiny of the Pandavas and their dharmic cause. But let's go deeper. What if Bhishma and Amba had children? These children, as Bhishma's descendants, would have become the rightful heirs to the throne of Hastinapur. This could have resolved the succession crisis that later fueled the rivalry between the Kauravas and Pandavas. The family feud, which was the root cause of the Mahabharata war, might never have arisen. Amba, instead of being a symbol of vengeance, could have become a queen of great strength and leadership. Her story, instead of being one of pain and revenge, might have been one of love, resilience, and partnership. She might have redefined the role of women in that era, becoming a beacon of hope and progress. And what about Bhishma? Would he still be the revered figure we know today? Or would his legacy be questioned for breaking his vow? Could the same man who sacrificed everything for duty find fulfillment in love and family? Would he be judged for choosing personal happiness over the greater good? Or would history view him as a more relatable, humane leader? Perhaps the most intriguing question is this: would the Mahabharata even remain a story of war? If Bhishma's decision had united the Kuru dynasty, would the narrative have shifted from conflict to collaboration? Would we remember it as an epic of peace and understanding rather than a tale of destruction? But let's pause and reflect. Bhishma's life teaches us that every choice comes with consequences. His vow, though noble, created a domino effect of events that led to the Mahabharata war. If he had broken that vow, would he have been able to live with the burden of betraying his principles? or would the weight of that decision have crushed him, leaving behind a legacy of regret rather than honor? This thought experiment also raises a profound question for all of us. Are vows and principles meant to be unbreakable, or should they adapt to the circumstances and the greater good? Can the balance between personal happiness and duty be the true measure of righteousness? History, as we know it, is a product of the choices made by its key players. Bhishma's life and his decisions remind us that even the most noble intentions can have unintended consequences. Yet, they also challenge us to rethink the rigid boundaries of duty and morality. What do you think? If Bhishma had married Amba, would the Mahabharata have been a tale of harmony instead of war? Would the world have known peace instead of the horrors of Kurukshetra? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you love exploring such fascinating what-if scenarios from mythology, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Together, let's uncover more untold stories and alternate possibilities from the past. Until next time, keep questioning, keep imagining. Thank you for watching, and take care.